Hello. It's time. Let me turn down my music. Hello. I'm very busy this week, so the modeling review stream had to be moved to Thursday. I apologize. I will also be like out tomorrow, so yeah, but yeah, we're gonna do some reviews. And then if we finish up with those, I will do Vine Staff remodel. But yeah. Let me take a big drink of water. Alright. Well, I guess we can start. If anyone in the chat has a model they want me to look at, I will look at it. You can DM it to me or put it in the Soda modeling form in Bogcom. Oh shit, I forgot to say that the fucking form was closed. Whoops. For modeler applications. Lol, whoops. Modeling applications have been closed. Thanks, guys. Whoops, I forgot to say. I forgot to close it. Yeah, okay. Alright, do we have any modelers in the chat? That want to be reviewed. So, what devices do you recommend for modeling? Just wondering, because I want to get into modeling. Device? Like a regular desktop? You can, like, do sculpting on, like, iPad and stuff, but that's sculpting. That's not, like, game models and stuff. Does no one have models for me? Alright, dang, okay. I guess we'll do Vine stuff. Oh, by the way, I'll do, hang on, let me turn off my... That is not what I wanted to click. I'll turn off my Shadow of the Colossus music. I'll do, like, music requests, if I like them. Let me just grab Vine stuff. Okay, final call. If anyone has a model they want me to look at before I do this Vine staff remodel. Can we? I'll send it for modeling? Yeah, you can DM it to me. I'm not fucking putting on Toho. That's gay. I'm going back to Silent Hill 2 music then. For the model review, do send them in the form in Bogcom or is it strictly by DM? Either or. You could send it in the Soda modeling review form or my DMs. Alright, I'll look at yours, Cat. Let me download this. Open. Alright. Here we are. So this is a PNG tuber. Judging by what you said in the forum. It's not really a PNG tuber because it's not a PNG. Let's... Okay, I'm not... Did you do auto weights? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna tell you this right now, just so you don't have to suffer it in the future. Don't do that. I still didn't figure out weight painting. Weight painting is it's easily like my least favorite part of Blender. I mean, like, if you have a really quick model, I'd say do it, but, like, yeah, auto weights does this thing where it's, like, it's kind of everywhere. Basically, how weight painting works is that let's say, I have it, like, set to this. Whoa, okay, hang on. Okay, I forgot, yours is, like, low poly. Let me get, like, a cube. Or UV sphere to demonstrate. So how UV paint, or not UV, weight painting works is the more red you make an object, the more influence it'll have when you parent like a bone to it. So if I had a bone, I don't have a bone, but just for the sake of an example, if I rig this cylinder, right, to like deform or whatever, and I wanted a certain bone to control this specific part, I would paint this specific part entirely red. And you can change the strength based on how much you want that single bone to control. With, like, kind of like bluish green being like, okay, it kind of controls it, but not that much. And red being like, this is completely, like, controlled by the bone. Do you understand? Yeah, so auto weighting, while it's like it's good to like help start, I found it's very kind of messy to use. So you can see here, like, you have your hand vertex painting only kind of affecting, like, maybe, like, half of it right now, which I assume is not what you exactly want. So you just manually want to go in and, like, paint it. Right? But, yeah. I don't know why it keeps painting the back, but whatever. You just want to go in and paint it manually. Even though starting off from scratch really sucks, like, auto-weighting, just, like, fixing it up is, like, pure... It's not fun. It's really not fun. So, yeah. Again, it's just kind of up to you. Because, rigging is just one of those things where it really does just depend. If you think the rig how you have right now is okay and it controls like fine, then I'd say like keep it, but that's just what I would suggest. Only use auto weights if like, well, auto weights, I don't want to say auto weights is like completely don't use, because it can be a good helping like starting off point. It just, you have to know that you're gonna have to fix it up later. It messes with the hair. I don't know how to fix that. Let's see. Yeah, so, yeah, again, auto weights, you have certain parts of your body bones affecting the hair. So what you want to do is literally just remove it. Or, you can just, like, get this gradient tool, move the strength all the way down to 0, and, that's odd. It's not working. Huh. This is kind of pibby glitch. Okay, we'll just remove it then. But, yeah, you just want to kind of get rid of the bones that aren't, like, affecting it. Or just get rid of, like, their weight paints. As you can see, you have your forearm bone affecting very slightly this hair weight painting. So is your thigh. I'm assuming this is kind of like a top spine bone, so this is what we do want the hair to be affected by. But yeah. Weight painting is not fun. So I commend you for trying your best. This is very cute. And you did very good with these cell shading kind of textures. Yeah, weight painting is like pretty difficult to get a grasp on. That's why I'm not an animator. But yeah. Weight painting does not seem fun. It's not. It glitches all the time. You could see me. There's like, I couldn't even get it to like work out that much. It was, yeah, not fun. You can also do auto normalize. There's some options here for weight painting that make it like a little easier, but yeah. What does auto normalize do? Basically, okay, it's kind of hard to explain without me like showing, but I think the best way I can describe it is like, let's get my get my sphere here. We're gonna weight paint it. We're gonna turn on auto normalize. Whoops. So basically how okay, basically how I believe it works is when you have auto normalize off, when you're painting, my dog is going absolutely crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah, when you're weight painting, it uses values like that aren't like super even. This is kind of hard to explain. But with auto normalize, you can see when I hover over it, it ensures all bone deforming vertex groups add up to 1.0 while weight painting. This makes sure that it's like very smooth. And it's not using like super wacky numbers. But yeah. I don't think I explained that entirely right. I'm still a little bit iffy on weight painting, but yeah. I hope that helped you. Alright. Do you have any other questions, Kat? Not really? Alright. Okay. Do we have anyone else? Okay, open heart surgery. What model are you sending me? Is it in DMs or in the forum? Put it in the forum. Sent it on Tuesday. Do you think you can reply to it? I don't know what your name is on Discord. Alright. Let's download this. Alright, well, you did not import it with your textures, so we kind of have this pink abomination. But that is okay. Did you say what it was going to be used for? First model I've ever made it with, so it probably looks really bad. Just general tips to make it better. Also, I literally don't know how to rig. Might use it for renders or animation. Okay. Renders or animation. Okay. So, it seems by how you have this... Oh no. Okay, so this is your first model, but... How you have this set up is, I'm assuming you want to animate this in Roblox? Otherwise, I'm not sure if it's like segmented for like stylistic reasons or otherwise. Most likely? Okay, okay. That makes sense. So, one problem we have, I'm going to teach you about normals. So a normal is basically a value that determines which, like, what direction a certain plane is facing. And we want our normals, we want the blue normals to be the outside of our meshes. And you'll see if I delete a face, the inside normals are all red, right? This tells us what's inside the box and what's outside the box. However, because of modeling, it happens all the time. Your normals will flip, and it'll pibby glitch, and Blender thinks now that this hand or this leg is inside out. And we don't want that, because when you import this into Roblox, it's not going to show up, because it's going to think this is the inside of the mesh, and it's not going to load it. We don't want that to happen. So, very easy fix. Go to Mesh, Normals, while selecting all of your faces, just by pressing A, Normals, recalculate outside. And that should majority fix all of them. Unless you have something really strange going on. Or you can do Normals, flip. And that should fix our alignment. Oh, 1 second. Sorry. You also should... Sorry, is my music too loud, chat? I feel like it's a little loud. Let me turn off face orientation. Oh, you can see what orientation your normals are just by pressing this. It should be like up here in viewport overlay. But your model is kind of struggling to determine what's inside out right here, because you're not giving your meshes enough, like, information to work off of. What I mean by that is you're not cutting it up into triangles and quads. A quad is any polygon that uses 4 vertices. These are vertices. They are these little dots. You can go into vertice mode by pressing 1. Edges is 2. Faces is 3. So to give the vertices more information, I'm going to select these two and I'm going to join them. And then that tells the mesh that, hey, there's a plane that's supposed to be right here. And let's say I do it again for this side. Oh, it seems you have some vertices that are overlapping each other. I'm just going to merge by distance to fix that. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm using X-ray mode by pressing Z Alt. And you can see, because now it has the information it needs, it can properly form a face right here. So we don't have any of that confusion kind of going on. And we want to do it for the underside as well. I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just pressing 2 vertices and pressing J to join them. And there you go. Now the computer has all the information it needs to make this kind of like leg frill, right? You don't really want to be working with n-gons like how you had here. N-gon is a polygon that uses 5 or more vertices. Right here, so you can see if I count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you just want to quickly join them, either make it a triangle or a quad. Seems like these are asymmetrical as well. Unless I'm wrong. I'm gonna try... do you know about the mirror modifier? You did try to use the mirror modifier. Okay. Okay, so... Oh, I see. It's because... Okay. So, how the mirror modifier works is every single mesh you add into Blender, right? It has an origin point. Right here. You can see it's this little orange dot right here, right? The origin point, is very important for certain modifiers, like the mirror modifier tool, because it tells exactly what coordinates this mesh should mirror from, right? So, let's say I want to mirror it from this blue line right here, right? Also, I would fix your 3D cursor right here. The 3D cursor basically tells whenever you're trying to add a mesh, it'll always spawn in the middle of the 3D cursor. So we don't really want it going out here. We kind of want it smack dab in the middle. And you can fix that by just pressing N, going to view, selecting all these, and pressing 0, and it fixes that. So, and then we want our origin, because it seems to have kind of been misaligned from the middle of our workspace here. We just want to do object, set origin to 3D cursor, and boom. It's right there. And then I'm gonna select half of this model. I'm going to delete it. Right, so I have half of the model. I'll fix it up in a bit, but then I'm going to add mirror. Right? So now you can see I have two parts. Right? And it's mirroring it from this origin point. So that's basically how you control that. Sometimes you'll have certain overlaps like here, or it's not aligning perfectly like right here. How we can fix that is just by enabling this little option called clipping. You press that. You go to all the problem vertices and you just move it towards the middle. Same with here. You just want to move it towards the middle. And that should align everything. And then I'm just going to merge by distance. Now you can see you can't really move these middle vertices because they are perfectly clipped with the vertices on this side that we've mirrored. To fix that, or if you, for whatever reason, you do want to edit one of these vertices that are in the middle, you just disable clipping, and then you can fix it. Just remember to enable it when you want to put it back together. And then now I'm going to fix this. I'm going to select these edges and press F for fill. And that just fills it in with faces. Cannot connect vertices. Interesting. Why is that? Oh, I see. This one. There. You just kind of want to get rid of your ingons. It's a bit of a hassle, but Trust me, it does help in the long run. And actually, because this is a Roblox model, well, it depends. If you're gonna use bone deformation, like in Roblox, you can leave this as one big model. You just want to make sure you apply your mirror modifier. But if you're not using bone deformation, typically what you want to do is actually separate these. So I'm doing Control L and selecting by, you can select by normal. Then I'm going to press P and separate it, so it separates that into its own mesh. I'm going to do the same for the arm. Do not join these, because you want these to move separately because they're arms. And then I'm just going to do the same for the other arm. We're gonna do the fingers individually because I assume you would want these to move, like, on their own if this is for an animation. So you just wanna separate these. Same with the body. Oops. Let me just merge these. Oh, you have like a face in the middle here. Let's delete that. Make sure you have no faces inside of your mesh. And, yeah, you get the gist. You just want to, separate these if you're gonna be rigging it in Roblox. And, yeah, so the reason why using quads is important is because we have this really, really wacky kind of geometry when we don't use quads and triangles. And we want to help the computer as much as possible, so you just want to join these. And, let's merge this down. Just gonna delete these faces in the middle. Let me just mirror this. Bah. And then, bah. Just gonna clean up the inside of it. Let's join these. That's so odd. Oh, I see. I'm not too sure how you got your model this way. But it's okay, because we're fixing it. I had like 10 tabs open trying to learn things from tutorials as I went. Okay, well, this is why I don't recommend doing characters as like your absolute first model. It's just too hard. Like for beginners, there's so much you need to know beforehand. I would say start off with a prop, like a gun or a sword. That's way easier to do. But yeah, with character and specifically like animation, there's a shit ton of principles you need to learn first before you really get into the swing of it. Because characters are hard. They are very hard to animate and get the way you want. So that would be my recommendation for you. Of course, you don't have to, like, do it. But I just think that would probably be easier for you. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, this is a lot cleaner than what we had before. I mean, definitely not the best. But for a beginner, I do commend you for starting off with a whole character. That's really hard. Especially when you know nothing about 3D modeling. You started with creatures, right? Oh, you're talking to Eastern? I started with props. Me personally. And then, yeah, I moved up the characters and stuff. But yeah. I would say start with props before doing characters. I hope that at least helped a little bit. Most of what I did before this was just trying to figure out hotkeys and shapes. That's what you should be doing. Alright, do you have any more questions? Nope, okay. Alright. Do we have any other modelers here? Ma for Ruse. Do you want a model? A model review? Yeah, hold on. Alright. You replied to the file? Alright. I don't know what your name is on the Discord, so... Alright. Let's open this. This model isn't for a game, but I would like to render it. I did use UGC for the cheek fluff. Ooh. Because at the time I didn't know how to make cheek fluff. I do now, though. Please give tips. Alright. Okay, guys, I want to... Before I go into this, I just want to say... Don't use UGC models. It's... Yeah, I just want to say don't use UGC models. One, because, you shouldn't really use others' works. Like, especially paid models. Two, they're unoptimized as shit. Half of the UGC creators don't know how to fucking optimize any of their models. So, like, most of the time... Yeah, okay, I just looked at the wireframe for this. Oh my god. Holy shit. But, yeah. They don't know how to optimize their models, guys. Don't use UGC models. Anyway, I'm assuming this is like a fighting OC? This is for renders, you said. Oh, everything is like tessellated. Did you import this from Roblox? Or what happened here? Hi, Soda. This is my fighting OC. Her name is Doe. Can you explain to me how you modeled this? It's hard to explain. Did you use Blender or Studio? You use Blender. Okay, so besides the cheek fluff, you modeled everything yourself, correct? Okay. Okay, so this is not for games. Please give tips and criticism. Okay, let me just detessellate this. Or not. There we go. Okay, it's a little hard to see the original wireframe because you did import it from Roblox. Did you make this tie? I'm assuming with subdiv. I think that's ties UGC as well. Okay. Yeah, I can tell because this is not, well, let's just say it's not exactly the best quality. Alright. Alright, this is a very fun, simple character. Again, I wouldn't say use UGC because the quality levels are super inconsistent. And most people who upload to UGC don't even know how to make models, I'm gonna be, like, completely honest. Okay, you've learned your lesson? Alright. Yeah, but that goes to everyone else in chat. Don't use UGC models. Okay, you have some, like, missing textures on here. So, I'm not exactly if you had, like, something custom for them or anything, but... for a character, this is very simple and nice. I'm not seeing anything, like, horrid or anything. Just, like, optimization. You could also just, like, delete a lot of these faces. And then I would say this triangle number isn't super accurate because you imported this from Roblox. But I'm gonna assume this isn't, like, super high poly. So you have some more budget to like afford like adding like bevels, making it look like more the heck? Definitely the text is making more try to. Oh yeah, let me delete this. Yeah. Yeah, I would say beveling would not hurt. Beveling can help like soften like certain parts of your model, like this belt, let's say. It looks super sharp right now. Okay, this topology isn't quite right, but we'll make do. I'm just gonna give it a bevel. Then we can apply auto smooth. Crank that up a bit. See, now that looks like a lot more, looks a lot better. Let me just fix this pippy glitch. Pippy glitch, pippy glitch. The fuck happened here? Must have been a pippy glitch. There we go. Yeah, I would also do that. Yeah, one of like the biggest things I see like people who try to make like fighting characters do is that like they make everything super sharp and like flat, and it kind of like leads to a more, I don't want to say unappealing, but like it doesn't give the character as much depth as you can. Like, right, just by adding, like, let's say... These are engons, but it's fine. And then let's say we have, like, a... Just by adding, like, a small bit of depth like that, it adds, like, so much character, I think. Like a crooked belt. Not making things so, like, symmetrical. Like, having some of this, like, scrunched up. How would you go about making models like that? Like what? Non-R6? Well, non-R6 is a bit different, because you need to follow, like, a completely different rule set. Like, there's so much that goes into it, I don't think I could go into it in, like, one stream. Or, like, very quickly, at least. There's a ton of other people who do it, like, who can explain that, like, way better than I can. so. What Regretivator is rolling into, I know you gotta block stuff out and stuff like that. Well, if you're asking, like, I'm assuming you're talking about characters like Split and Folly. But, yeah, I sculpt everything first. And then I retopologize it. I retopologize it, and then I start joining the meshes together to make it one whole mesh. And then I import it into Studio, or I give it to the rigger. So. Oh no. You have your, oh, your model is off-center. What happened there? So how painful is Retopology? I don't... Oh, man. I absolutely despise Retopology. Like, that and weight painting are, like, my least favorite parts of Blender. Honestly, I would make this, like, a plane. Like, having it be this thick, like, for what appears to be a coat? It's not really a coat. Maybe, like, a vest? Yeah, I know you solidified it, but I'm saying it being solidified makes it look strange. Yeah, let me actually... I'll show you how I would have done it. Now just pretend this model is centered. I would have these kind of pointing out less. A bit. I'm not too sure how much you wanted to exaggerate this, but right now it looks super exaggerated, and I don't even think this guy is wearing a suit. So I'm not exactly I'm not exactly sure what this is. No, I don't know what it is either. I just put shit together and prayed it would look good. Okay, well that's not exactly how I would go about modeling things. Sorry if you can hear my little clicks and taps. I've never been able to figure out like the right noise suppression setting for that. Now I see. I got a question about that. If someone were to make a model of their fighting OC, let's see a tail, how'd it work? What do you mean? Let me redo this. Also, Soda, you're mute. I'm not mute. If you're asking how to make a tail, that's like really easy. You just need like a subdivided cube, and then you extend it out a bunch of times. Or like a cylinder. If this was a suit, this would go around the back, kind of like this. Alright. Yeah, that's how I would make it, personally. Having it be solidified is a little strange. Because then that gives the impression that it's like super thick when it's supposed to be like fabric. So yeah. Having the tie be on like plain skin is a choice. It's not skin. Oh, okay. It just so happens to be the same color as the skin. I'd also just like... The skin is supposed to be yellow? Well, you made it white here. I'm not too sure what happened. Yeah, I might have to pause the stream to upload the Banhammer Q&A. So I apologize for that in advance. Anyway, other than the UGC stuff, this model is pretty good. Just make sure you have your character centered or else it's gonna fuck over everything else. You did a pretty good job on this. I would tell you to try and exaggerate some portions with like beveling and like asymmetrical kind of stuff, kind of like how we have with the clothing here. Because that makes for a more interesting looking character than having everything be symmetrical. But yeah. Speaking of, I can't remember if I asked this, but can I submit what I submitted on my dev app, or should I send a different model for the review on the stream? Your dev app? Well, the developer applications are already closed. No. I would say no, just because I'm gonna review those in private already. So I don't want to have to go over it again. But yeah. Alright. Who do we have next? Can you go next? Yes. What's up? Anyone got music requests? Let's change... the music. Sending this here, I'd like to ask this be used in my dev app rather than the model I attached. If you're using this for your dev app, then I'm not gonna review it on stream. You're sending another one? Oh. Symphony Guilty Gear? I always play Guilty Gear music. Let's do something different. We're gonna do... Can we do Bayonetta? Bayonetta. Oh my god, that is loud. Alright, let's look at this model. Alright. This is the model. Alright. And this is being used for what? Games? Alright. Ooh, okay. Alright, first thing I'm noticing, Engons, and way too much Geo. You also don't need anything on the inside. You could just do like... That's not... Oh wait. Once your vertices get up here, they are not being used for anything. I'd even argue you don't really need these, but we'll keep them. Then you just want to join these. Same with this side. So you can see they're basically the same. It's just that one has less geometry than the other. Let's see if you can get away with it. You can also get rid of this. You lose a little bit of the roundness, but, like, you kind of don't really need it. Because this is already beveled. It's just kind of up to personal preference. But this saves a lot more on geometry. I would also say... you could, like, literally delete this top half and cover it with the vertices up here. Because no one's really looking up here. Same deal here. You don't really need this many. I don't know why you have this many vertices over here. The fuck. Let's do... Fly me to the moon. Not used to using the collapse function. Collapse is like my best friend. I love collapse. I'm in a committed relationship with the collapse function in Blender. I also don't need to bevel this edge so many times. You have an Ngon problem and a geometry problem, kinda. I think what happened is you beveled this part like this and not from the sides. And then when you tried to model everything up here, it kind of turned everything into Ngons. You have the back of this modeled. I'm assuming you use Solidify for this. Let's just go ahead and delete this. Oh my god, you made this out of one mesh? Oh my god, why? This is just a big, like, Ngon. Okay, we're gonna fix this. It's fine. There you go. This is way better optimized than this. This is like 200. This is like 78. No, Bayonetta. Don't leave me. But yeah, don't try to make anything out of one singular mesh. Chances are you're just giving yourself more trouble and it's way more complicated than it should be. But, yeah, this is way more optimized than this. Okay, let's play. Sorry. What do we want to play? La la la. I guess we'll go back to Guilty Gear. Alright. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how long you've been modeling for, but I'm gonna assume you're like an intermediate slash beginner. Intermediate, alright. The fuck? Yeah, it seems like you need some... You need to do a little bit of work on the optimizing part. Oh my god. Why so many? Why so much edges? Ah! Very dense. You just wanna go in, delete every other loop, dissolve. If you're, I would also, you can hack the amount of geo being used near the ends of the tips here. So, like, you can still keep, like, a similar silhouette, but it's using less geometry. So, see, this and, like, this tail and this tail look practically identical. Even though I like half the geometry over here. Just like, if you want, if this is, you just want to remember, like, if you're using smaller loops here. Collapse. Especially back here. Just using checker deselect, collapse. Checker deselect, collapse. Do it another one because it's so hidden away. I think you could actually dissolve that. Ah! Sorry, I hit my leg. But yeah, you don't want to use all of these rings. There's so much geo. Even though this is like low poly, we can make it even better, you know? It's always just about going the extra mile from making like a pretty decent model to like a really game ready, like this is great. We don't have to change any of this. Yeah, you get the gist. Alright. I was getting a call. Yeah, I would say, like, you have your forms down. It's just, like, you just need to work a bit on optimizing and getting rid of engons. But yeah, this is a pretty solid model. I hope that helped you. Do you have any more questions? No, okay. Alright. Anyone else? Alright. Panko? Do you have a model? I just got sent it. Alright. What is this for? Really making me download your textures? Dang, bro. Second model ever. Alright. We got this guy. And this is a fighting OC, I'm assuming? What is this being used for? He's your Sona for like everything else. He's based off of Gangster Squirtles from Pokemon anime. Is this being used for a game? An animation? A game would be cool. Okay. Well, first of all, the sin of using vertices instead of textures. Very sad. You did not have to model all this. This could have been a texture. You could like... Oh, you kind of have this... Oh, I see. Could have just made this a texture. Hang on, I'm gonna try to fix this. And then you could just, like... Let's see, I have this on. You could just paint it on, man. You no need to model it. I'm not doing a good job, but this is just as an example. Hello? Oh shit. Whoops. But yeah, most of the time you can just make this kind of detail work into a texture. There's no need to do a model. Ow. Because, like, you did it here with the skin. I'm just not sure why you didn't do it on the back. Unless it was, like, for a super specific reason. I would also have... I wouldn't make these cylindrical. I would have made these conform with the arm, because having a cylinder on a block or trying to conform to a block is not very... It looks kind of weird. I'm gonna be honest. So what I would have done is just... Whoops. I'm just gonna duplicate this. Oh shit. Van Hammer video got sent to me. 1 second, chat. Okay. Van Hammer Day. Alright, go watch, folks. Oh wait, whoops. I'm gonna change this to a curve. It seems like you also kind of did something similar, where you use an array and a curve to follow. There we go. And then you can like bevel the edges or something. Oops. Why are these inverted? Anyway, that's what I would do. You can also, like, exaggerate it as much as you want. Or whatever. I would just say try to conform to the Roblox, kind of body type. Because, like, putting spheres, I've tried it before in the past, doesn't really work out. But yeah, this sword is very cool. Ah, you could have also made... Is there like a reason why you didn't make these textures? Why did you have to go in and model all this, my guy? That is painful. You love knife tool, but it's so unoptimized. You're giving yourself like 10 times the work as well. Just make this a texture. Just make it a texture. What's wrong with textures? There's nothing wrong with textures. You literally know how to do it. You're just not doing it. I wouldn't make everything so sharp either. Is this like using... The fuck? Where did the leg go? What? Oh, it's mirrored. Where did it go? What the fuck? What happened? Oh, there we go. You had your normals a little fucked up. Yeah, I would say just don't make... Yeah, these are very sharp. Like, technically, yeah, you can... I don't know if you did this for, like, a stylistic reason, but... you know, just add like a bevel. It makes it look all nice and round, and then you can add one on the top. Make it even a bit nicer looking, you know? Let me check your face orientation. You said this was your second model? This is pretty nice for a second model. You have very nice design sense. I just say you can like exaggerate a lot of things or make it look like more convincing. Like adding like slight bevels and sharps to these like gives it like a whole new layer of dimension. And use textures. But yeah. Very nice job on the horns as well. These are very cool. Yeah, I hope that helped. Do you have any other questions? Can you send me the new model? Yes, I can. 1 second. There you go. Alright. Now, we will be moving on to Vine Staff. And now you guys could ask me fighting questions. I don't like answering them during the modeling streams, because I think it's disrespectful. The fuck? I got sent a Steam message from Pix saying I farted. Thank you, Pix. Just give me a second to set this up, chat. Alright, here we are. Let me just get my riff. Do I have it saved anywhere? Alright, here we are. Save image. Alright. Just gonna delete all this. Okay, let's delete this. Goodbye, big ass bow. Or ribbon, whatever. What's that on her face? What? This? This is her face. See? Alright, let's get this started. 18. I'm just going in and figuring this out. Kind of need this to be like scruffy looking because this is something she made herself. Is Banhammer gonna be a bit more serious in his rewrite? Seems like in his dialogue with Scythe and Coil in the Q&A, he's a bit more serious than before. Yeah, I want to make him a bit more serious. Like, I just don't want him to come off as like a complete fucking idiot. Because like, I feel like he does right now, and I think that does a bit of a disservice to him. Okay, wait, actually... So in Banhammer Q&A and Dom's Q&A both mentioned Firebrand went missing. Is there a reason why? Yes. And it's not because he got captured. So does Windforce have complete control over Playground because everyone in there tweaking and she gotta handle it herself? What do you mean by, like, complete control? Like, control over people? Law enforcement. Playground is kind of lawless. That's intentional. And Windforce kind of had a direct hand in in creating Playground in the first place. No, she doesn't keep the law in Playground. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Can Subspace do a backflip and use a skateboard and do epic tricks, or would his frail little bones break because he's old and rotting? He'd fucking die if he tried doing a backflip. Like, he'd fall on his neck and, like, break his skull.
This is a space, This is a space. Can you hear me? Air's enough, no need to worry. At least enough for two. Information, resources, you have everything. Find what's lacking is far more difficult, except one little thing. The whole world is kind to me, but sorry, sorry, sorry. Wearing a fine suit, pay my credit card, but I cannot prove myself. This is a space, babe. This is a space, babe. Can you hear me? The world may crumble down with just one piece missing. The whole world is kind to me, but sorry, sorry, sorry. Wearing a shiny crown, paid by a luncheon, I still will not convince myself.
Oh my god, I keep getting called by everyone on fucking planet Earth. I'm sorry. 1 second.
But without a her, I'm not here. Only my shall remain.
I'm back. Why Windforce and Firebrand only 2 spots that have some sort of authority over a region and not the other spots? I get some of them wouldn't give a shit about but what, wait, what? But what about deities like Illumina? I feel like he'd click his heels together at the chance. I don't understand your question. Oh, why they don't rule other regions? They just don't care. That's literally the only reason. Like, Darkheart doesn't give a shit. He thinks that's boring. Oh, fuck, sorry, I'm moving. Venom Shank can't, because he feels like it's way too much responsibility. And he'll get someone hurt. And Illumina, I will not make a comment on.
One morning, strangers say hello to me. Tomorrow they name slowly carved on the stone. We're going home, and I'm a terrible liar. Forgive me, that's not the awesome prayer. For the sake of the king, keep crying out. Swing the soul, swing the soul, swing the freaking soul down. Those who dream of heaven. Those who dream of heaven never last very long. The running flash and dirty sky infect my wounds.
Would Subspace to be a good dad? Sorry, what? To answer your question, fuck no. He would neglect that child the first moment he gets. Or, you know, just horribly experiment on them. Subspace would 100% be an absent father. I'm sure this question has been 100% asked before, but how would Thieves Den react to Katana's relationship with Hyper? They don't give a fuck. It's not really their business. I think I might have to get rid of this fold because it's gonna get covered by the bow.
It's not a big deal. We can handle it. I don't have to think about it. What we need to do is clear. Don't you think? I don't know any other answer than yeah, and I don't need to know. Now it's your turn. Cat got your time. I'm for his The kiss of death. I'm sorry about that. You thought this through. I don't have to think about it. 'Cause there's those who believe. What about you? When I'm older, do I do anything? I want to keep it that way. Now it's your turn. Could got your time. I'm ready for Bird and the bar is the encounters. You'll regret that no one knows. Bird and the bar keep going. That's the last sound you ever hear. The kiss of death.
Okay, so it is currently 5, and I have to go. I know we didn't do much on the Vine staff, but I'll probably continue it another stream next week. Sorry about that. I'm very busy, like this entire month. Bye bye, chat. Thank you guys for coming.